Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is Madden 18 Dallas Cowboys franchise. This is the Cowboys Insider, and this is episode number 3. We are going to review week 3, which was a Monday night game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. Welcome back to the show, you guys, and today we are going to talk about what happened in that game just with the Cardinals there. That you guys just seen there in episode 3 of the Dallas Cowboys franchise. So take a look here at the rushing yards, 212 or 215 rushing yards there for the Cowboys, 65 there for the Cardinals. Really good job there in that area. Even though Zeke hit the 100-yard mark somewhere around the third quarter or something like that, they did a pretty good job there. Really home in on him and making him having him going lanes that they was wanting to go to. Passing wise, Dak had a really good game with only one flare up, which was the interception. I think it was just a bad read there from him. I think he was trying to get either to, I think it was Witten or I really think it was Brian that he was trying to get to, but just a bad read, and they jumped on that they were in the passing lane there and took hold of it. There you see red zone offense. There were touchdowns. We had 4 of them. We were pretty well perfect in the red zone there. Had no problems when that came up. But time possession there, 30 minutes, 26 seconds to the 17 minutes and 34 seconds there of the Cardinals. So we just had the ball a little bit longer there. We just used the clock as much as we possibly can, and really just running the ball when we need to there. Now as for the Cardinals, they ran the ball way too much, which was kind of how I expected from reading the report there going into this ball game here. But I was really hoping that we was going to see more from the passing zone. I was really seeing if we were going to be tested, and I was kind of hoping that we were going to be tested when it came to the passing game there, but not so much the case. Only 155 yards there for Carson Palmer. He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception in that ball game. He only completed 13 of 24 from him in that ball game. Now, as for Prescott, 275 yards from him. He was, I believe, 20 of 33 with 3 touchdowns, and of course he was sacked twice in that ball game there. So not a rough day for Dak, but definitely a better improvement than he had just a week before against the Broncos. Take a look at our running game there. Zeke, like I said, 22 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. Broke 9 tackles there in this ball game as a total. Alfred Morris really helped us out there in the backfield. Also, 4 carries for 75 yards. He also had a touchdown and a broken tackle. And then you see some of the other numbers there from the other players there. But for the most part there, I think we did a great job there running-wise. I would like to see a little bit more out of Dak. The number, I guess, looking at him and his numbers there, I kind of want to have maybe 125, anywhere from 120 to 125 yards a week from him. Maybe a touchdown, maybe 2 if we get lucky. But I'm settled with 20. As compared to last week, I guess I can't really complain, because last week was he had a tougher week from the previous week. Well, no, not so much. He had 126 yards there. But it's been rough. The last couple weeks here has been kind of rough because teams are. I know teams are understanding of what he is and what he can do, and that's pretty much the game plan. They know that's our bread and butter. But I'm hoping that our offensive line will get better as weeks come along here. So hopefully we'll put some stuff together. As for receiving, Jason Witten, 5 receptions, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. Des Bryant, 5 receptions, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. Also, Cole Beasley, he had 9 drops, or not 9 drops. He had 3 drops in this game. 5 receptions, 67 yards there for him. As for the rookie Switzer, 3 receptions, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Defensively, some of your top guys there on defense, of course, Durant, 5 tackles, tackle for loss. He had 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. As for Sean Lee, he had a surprising block, or helped out with the block in that ball game. He ran it one back for a touchdown, block field goal, ran it back for a touchdown, and got 6 points on the board there for the special teams there. Nice job there for him. He had 4 tackles and a tackle for loss in that game. And then others like Tyrone Crawford, 3 tackles and a sack for him in that ball game against the Cardinals. So a nice Monday night game. We won the game, of course, 42-7. So, a big blowout there. Probably not the best, game, I guess you can say, on TV to watch if you're not a Cowboys or especially, or if you're a Cowboys fan, you're probably loving it. But as a non-Cowboys fan or a Cardinals fan, it was not the night to watch football on that Monday night, as it was pretty much from the very get-go there, pretty dominant game. And Cowboys really, I think, talking to the coach there, he said that was a really good way of just waking these guys up, seeing showing what they could do, and what they can, even with even more practice, and even open up the playbook a little bit more, the possibilities of them, what they can do going further along down the line in the season. So once going down the line in the season here, we can start figuring out what works for us and what doesn't. Ball club, they believe that they can do it, so we'll see how that goes. Talking to like Dak and all of them, they said the same thing, that this was hopefully a game that will get them going and get them riled up and ready to go here, because they'll be hosting the Rams coming up in week number 4. So take a look here at some league news here, just some of the things that were going on that week, or this week now coming up here as we get to week 4. I got some pretty good matchups coming up, but we'll show you here the box scores here coming up here, just what was going on in week 3. But you see some of the teams there trying to make some pushes here right now, because I know it's early to make any statement, but at this point right now, I mean, if you're 0-3 or worse than 0-3, I guess. But yeah, if you have not won a game, I think this is pretty much the week that you really have to turn things around and get on the right foot. So we'll see how things go here for week 4. But there you see the players of the week for week 3. Aaron Rodgers there, he had a decent game, but they did again lose. I think now they're 0-3 now coming up. Going 0-3 now, going to week 4, so they definitely got to turn things around. Eagles, they see one of their defensive guys there, Jones, he gets a defensive player of the week. As for Trevor Siemian, he gets offensive player of the week there for the Broncos there, so he had a really turnaround week. Now, to look at team stats so far here, I think we'll try to insert these every couple of weeks. But Dak is almost 1,000 yards now for him for the season, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Again, try to get those interceptions, not throw so many, and he I think he's gonna have to just read more game film. Talking to a lot of the talking to Jerry Jones today, that was one of the first things he said, that Dak's been working on since the last game there. It's been working, really doing a great job there of reading, trying to read offensive there. He's been watching more game tape than usual, and he just wants to be more mentally prepared going into each week. So so even some of the guys he's been throwing to are helping him out with the defensives there. Jason Witten, a long time guy there, big friend of Tony Romo, did the same thing with Romo, reading the watching game tape. And just going over a lot of stuff. So of course this week game, not much game tape on the quarterback though, which is the young man there for LA. But he's been working on that. Jared Gafford. Not much game tape on him, but he surprisingly enough, he actually went out and got some college game tape of his. To look at and see what his mannerisms are, or not his mannerism, but the defensive mannerisms are in the game. And of course, defensively they did the same thing They went to got some of Jarrett's college footage there of him playing. Of course, like I said, he didn't play so much last year to get enough information on, but that's what the defense has been doing, and that's what they'll continue to do here with the next couple of teams coming up. So I feel confident, or at least with the Rams with the Cowboys talking to them. The defense says they're really confident. This week they don't have to worry about too much when it comes to the offensive game, especially with Gafford there, because with Gafford being the guy that'll be really focused on the defensive or the offensive round. Todd Gurley is going to be out for 5 weeks, and we'll get to that here in just a bit. We'll talk more about that here. But there you see, look at some of the defensive numbers there. And like I said, the defense was pretty satisfied with their approach from last week. Only giving up 7, and of course that 7 came during the second. Well, yeah, I think it was around the second half there that they gave that up. So not bad at all. And we're just trying to move on, trying to see what we can do for this upcoming week. Defense already has their game plan of what they need to do against the Rams, and we'll get to that here in just a bit. But yeah, just running down some numbers here, just what the season stats look like so far. And we'll just do this for the Cowboys now. I think in the bye week, I'm planning on doing one for the whole league. Show you guys the league numbers there real quick of who's doing what and what's going on. But for the most part here, I mean, pretty much the coaches are satisfied. There's, like I said, there's always room for improvement. Try to get some areas that they need to improve. And of course, one of those areas is trying to really open up the running game for Zeke. And the rest, not just for Zeke either, just also for Morris and for McFadden, as they are just they want to really just put really just run the ball as much as they possibly can with those 3 running backs there in that backfield, and just really open it up and relieve a lot of the pressure off of Dak. Not worry about him have to throw the ball. Now this week he didn't throw the ball 40 times or anything like that. And that's what they like to see. They want to see Dak throw the ball, like he did, 30 to 33 times in a game. And just have that rushing game really help us out, and not put so much emphasis on the run or in the pass there when we know, most teams know we can run the ball very well. So we're just gonna try and find creative ways to still keep that running game for us, and keep that fresh, and keep that defense, the opposing defense on the field, so we can keep our defense nice and fresh there when we need them later on in the season. So again, just look at your stats here. You guys can pause the video and check those out there. But for the most part here, on the grade wise for the Cowboys, I would say for the first 3 weeks, I would have to give their grade overall. Offense, I would say they're a B. Defense is still, I think, a C. And I think overall, I think we're just a C plus. There's some areas that we need to really improve, and one of the biggest things is going to be our defense. That's going to be the eyesore for us for the rest of the season as we go along here. But now going to look at the stats here, and you guys can pause the video there. You got some pretty interesting games there. You see, like I said, the Cowboys lost that game, or the Packers lost that game 40-35 there. They had a tough game there. Chiefs lose their game against the Chargers there, 25-21. Oakland loses to the Redskins. Redskins, again, still undefeated. They win that Sunday night game 17-15. And then, of course, there you see us, that Monday night game, 42-7 in that one. So, again, you guys can pause the video, go back, look at the scores there, see who your favorite team did. Yeah, for the most part, you see Eagles and Eagles and Jets there, or Eagles and Giants there played a game there. Pretty interesting there. But we'll go ahead and look at the standings here. You see Steelers still undefeated, Jags still undefeated 3-0, Titans 0-3 there, Texans 0-3, and the Colts 1-2. As for the East, you see Patriots and Dolphins still battling for that top spot there. They're both 3-0. As for the Jets and Bills, they are both 1-2. Goes to the West here. Chargers 2-1, Broncos 1-2, and Raiders are 1-2, and the Chiefs 0-2-1 there. They're really struggling there in KC, especially after a season like last year where they went to the playoffs. Lions still strong there, 2-1. Bears 0-2-1. Packers 0-3. They have not won a game just yet, and the Vikings 0-3. I have a funny feeling that when we play the Packers here coming up, I think it's a week 5. That might be a game that they may that's gonna be an interesting game if they're still undefeated there. I'm not looking forward to that game at all. That's a game I just feel like Aaron Rodgers is just gonna go off. He'll have enough. Enough is enough. I'm just gonna win. So stay tuned for that because I have a strong feeling about that game. It's gonna be really interesting. Cowboys 3-0 along with our rivals there, the Redskins. They're 3-0. As for the Eagles, they're 1-1, and Giants are 1-2 there in the NFC East. So NFC East right now, 2 strong teams right now are the Redskins and Cowboys. And I believe, like I said, I think the Redskins are coming up here. I think they're one of the games that's coming up here pretty soon here. I'm not sure. I have to look at my list here, see exactly when we play them. But Seahawks, there you see, they're still undefeated there out in the NFC West, 3-0. Rams 2-1, which we'll be playing here, and we'll talk about them here in just a bit. Cardinals 1-2, and then the 49ers still struggling out there, 0-3. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about those Rams. Todd Gurley there, one of your top guys. You see the offensive profile against them. Or you see their passing yards in their 9th, rushing yards are 18th. Top threat there is going to be Todd Gurley. But the thing is, Todd Gurley is going to be out because Todd Gurley is out on injury. I believe he has a broken hand. He's going to be out for the next 5 weeks. So he will not be seen until probably week 9, week 10 if best for these Rams. So you would think the running game would be not a big issue. Well, no, that is not going to be the case because we will have to deal with the running game in some sort of form. Now, defensively, there you see they have now sacks. They are 13th in the league, and then interceptions are 8th. So Aaron Donald there, your defensive end there, the right defensive end, is going to be a guy that he's going to be looking for the run as more than probably anybody that we've played so far here. There you see their schemes there in the 3-4. And they play a lot of zone blitz there, so they're going to be blitzing at us at all angles. That's my feeling on this, and that'll be something that we'll have to work on here. As we'll take a look here at Jared Goff. There you see from California, of course, last year rookie for the Rams, one of the big names coming out of that draft. And we'll see here that he has a short game there. That's what they're going to be focusing on. They're playing the short game, short routes there. Against the wide receivers, even though he has some really good just wide receivers like Sammy Watkins that can really explode down the field. So that'll be something we'll have to watch out for and keep a track of. Todd Gurley there, you see, like I said, he's going to be out for 5 weeks for that broken hand. 2-year guy from Georgia. Of course, his speed there, his numbers there. But this is not the person we're going to have to worry about on the running game here. This person, who we're about to see, Malcolm Brown, is the guy that's behind him in the lineup there. Now, Malcolm Brown, don't get full at 89 speed because he can take off like a bat out of hell. You see acceleration 92. Carry is pretty good there also. Trucking also there. Not so much of a good stiff arm there, but he is definitely a guy that will just, as a power back, get enough momentum, he will truck us and run us down and go about his business. Of course, the speedster there, Sammy Watkins, a former Bill, now a Ram. 92 speed there for him, and a great catch there. And he's got some good route running there. A guy that he's definitely going to be, that's going to be a vertical thing. It's going to be a vertical issue, and we're going to have to try to, attempt that. Also, too, on the other side of the, on the left hand or the right hand side of the field, there in the other wide receiver position, it'll be Tavon Austin there. He's going to be a guy that we're going to have to watch out on the deep pass also, who has great speed. Now, as for defensively, Aaron Donald, like I mentioned earlier, great guy. Great. His finesse not that great, but his power moves are just out of this world. 96 there for him. Also with a little help there from the middle linebacker position. Ogletree there. He definitely is a guy. He's a prototype type of middle linebacker here. He's going to definitely put the hurt on you. Great tackle. Power moves not the greatest, but he can chase you down. And of course, you got Revis. You got Darrelle Revis there out there on Revis Island. This is something that Dak's going to have to be very, very cautious of when it comes to one-on-one situations with wide receivers. So I can see it'll be that matchup right there. It's going to be nothing but Dez and Revis throughout the game. So Dez may not get too many touches there. Hopefully he won't be too upset about it. But if we can, I mean, if we, my best bet is try to move Revis or Davis, or not Davis, move Dez around a little bit. Maybe put him in some slot situations, stuff like that. I think that might help us out. But for the most part, if Revis is covering him, which I guarantee he is, it's going to be a long day if we try to throw to Dez. So Beasley and Jason Witten, of course, will always be there for us. And we, especially Beasley's got to be able to catch passes. Unlike last week, he dropped several there against the Cardinals. So we'll see how that goes here coming up in week 4, as we'll be hosting them there at AT&T Stadium there in Jerry World there in Dallas. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video today, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Dallas Cowboys franchise here on ESGNet. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Links down below in the description. Also, if you have any suggestions or any comments or anything like that, please leave them down below in the comment section down there. Let me know if you guys got any ideas or suggestions on what we should do for this game or for this team. If there's a better way of building this team up, the defensive wise or whatever, let me know down below. I'll try to see if I can work things out with trades or anything like that. Let me know, you guys. I know there's a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans out there, so I think a lot of them would love to see those Cowboys be back in the Super Bowl, or at least an attempt of winning a Super Bowl here in this franchise, especially with the two guys that we have, Dak and Zeke there for the offense. So thank you guys so much again for watching. Again, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Check us out here on ESGNet. But that is it for Cowboys Insider. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.